Well, you want to know what I see? I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap of nobody.
Welcome to the Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike Crawford. How you doing, sir?
Did you go NBA announcer this week? That's what I'm talking about, Brendan. What's up, man? How you doing this week?
I'm doing good, dude. Doing good. Have you heard the new Tide ad campaign?
No.
So Tide's new ad campaign is washing in cold water with Tide is as good as washing the bargain brand detergent in hot water. Wouldn't you just put Tide in hot water and get your clothes extra clean?
There you go.
Like, I don't get it, dude.
But you wash clothes based on the clothes that you're using, so you can't really just change the temperature because you want to, bro. So I don't understand the point of the campaign. Like, I can't wash my black clothes in hot water no matter what. So that other detergent in hot water does me like it's no good.
Now, if Tide's ad campaign included wash all your clothes together in cold water, they won't bleed. You don't have to separate your clothes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but don't just say, yeah, like, come on, finish the selling point. Don't just be like, hey, if you do it half-ass with our product, it's as good as if you do it the right way with the other. Come on, that's a shitty ad campaign.
If you had detergent that stopped clothes from bleeding, I don't even care how clean you got. like, bro, as long as they like clean, you ain't even got to compare the levels of clean. If you can stop this from bleeding, I can throw my whites for my blacks. You just solved a whole different problem because I ain't even got to look when I wash now.
I'm going to go ahead and give you some advice, bro. After the third time you wash something dark, unless it's like, you know, something that was dyed or something like that. If it's just a regular like cotton or polyester t-shirt or something like that, after the third wash in cold water, everything can go together. You know how I know that? I have children.
Believe it?
I have children and I do not separate their clothes because I don't fucking care that much. And guess what? No bleeding. None. White, pristine socks with red pajamas. No problem.
You might get your neck wrong after this episode drops, but it's okay. But are you willing to take that risk?
Yeah. Well, I tested it. Here's the thing. Test it out on somebody else's shit. I did it with my kids because those kids grow so fast. If their clothes get messed up, they're only wearing it for 2 months. I don't care. You know? Yeah. Do the test run on that.
The benefit is, at this age, you should have an enormous amount, just a ridiculous amount of white underclothes. So, I mean, the stuff you're testing it on shouldn't matter. Except I buy expensive socks that are sometimes white.
Okay.
So I can't afford for them to be bled into because, you know, they're like socks I want them to be seen. They're nice socks. I wear them with like shorts, bro.
See, but in that particular scenario, you already have two hampers, correct? One for whites and one for darks or mediums or whatever?
No, I separate them in the laundry room.
Okay, so if you separate them in the laundry room, you do your underwear and your socks, or your socks alone in the hot water because you want that stinky, nasty, funky feet, clear it out, and everything else goes together. It's not a big deal. As long as you don't shit your drawers, put those in with the regular clothes.
Yo, it all depends on the day of the week, man. You know?
Oh, trust me, bro. If you haven't sharted, you're not living. Like, come on.
Yo,
dude.
That was a joke. I don't shart.
You've never accidentally sharted? Before. You've never?
I had to go outside before. But
okay. That's level 2 or 3 of sharding. It's like I can't even hold it. That's veteran
I'm lactose
shit.
intolerant, bro. And anybody who's lactose intolerant is going to totally understand me.
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Anybody that likes to eat at a food truck will understand you. It doesn't matter.
Yo, please don't eat at a food truck without somewhere that you know you can go use a bathroom. Because 9 times out of 10, most food trucks are gonna make you use the bathroom.
That's not true. That's not true, dude. You find good food trucks, dude. One of my favorite food trucks ever was down
good food
in
trucks.
Compton. It was a Mexican food truck that had fresh seafood on it, so we'd get like campechana and like ceviche and stuff off a food truck in Compton, and it was delicious every time. Never got sick once. But I also will eat like sushi from 7-Eleven, so I think I might just have an iron stomach. Or maybe that's why I have ulcers all the time, is because I do shit like that.
My man said he'll eat. Look, let me say this. Never again in your life eat. I don't care what the package. It can say on the outside of the package the most greatest sushi company you've ever known. If they're selling it at the 7-Eleven, you don't want it, bro.
Why?
You don't want it because it's the 7-Eleven. I'm just telling you, you don't want sushi from the 7-Eleven. No, never do it again. Don't question me. Don't argue back. I don't need a rebuttal. It's over, Brendan.
You think that
kids, man.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Kids, bro.
Let me ask you this. You don't think
you have kids,
dude,
Brendan?
You don't think a prepackaged rice with imitation crab? It doesn't matter where it's distributed. They have the same ones at the store. They just happen to sell these in 7-Eleven.
No, see, the good batch goes to like Giant and stuff. 7-Eleven and the gas stations get the ones that are really close to expiration. So by the time they actually reach
cheaper.
They're probably a little bit expired. Like you don't want that, man.
Yeah, dude, I eat expired food all the time.
No, you're not gonna live, bro. Like, stop.
Dude, I'll eat like a Subway sandwich like 4 days after. I don't care.
Oh man, that is disgusting. I used to do that when I was younger. I would that's disgusting.
I just have never grown up in that aspect. Like if I do have like my palate has.
No, I used to do it when I was younger. I would be that same type of way. Like I'd eat something 3-4 days later.
It's more of a non-waste factor than I can't wait to savor this.
That's what it used to be for me, a non-waste factor. But yo, it ruined your stomach. Let me tell you, like you're gonna be no good here soon. So stop. Just don't do it, man. I ate some chicken nuggets one day after like 2 days. Like it was.
See, chicken nuggets and French fries, they're no good unless you eat them hot. Or at least lukewarm.
I don't really eat anything hot.
I know you're a lukewarm guy or cold, but still, like not refrigerated and then taken back out is more of what I'm saying. Because I'll do the other thing is if I'm not done eating with something, I'll just leave it on the counter, close the lid, or put it in a Tupperware or something, and then just go back half hour later, few bites, leave it there, go back, few bites. That's me all day, man. I'm a few bites. I'll turn one meal into like 3 quickly, man. I don't know what it is, but it's just me. That's the way it goes.
I'm always eating all day, which is why I'm fat too. Need to get in the gym, man.
Oh, there's just plenty of you to love, Mike. So, speaking of eating a bunch of crap, when was the last time you switched your toothpaste brand?
It's been about 2 months now when I left your house. Shout out to Dow Pal. She brought me like some charcoal coat. I don't know what it was, but it's amazing. And I haven't stopped using it since. I went and brought the teeth little picks, the charcoal ones too.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro. Like the charcoal toothbrush. I don't know what it is, but it's still like Colgate though, but it's just like that charcoal one. And that's when I switched. So it's been about 2 months, sir.
Before that, when was the last time you switched?
I have no clue. I mean, I could switch every time I go if I paid it.
I know, but
that's one of those. Like
that's one of those things. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
It's either you don't care and you just are like, that looks normal, and I'll grab that one, or it's like you know exactly what you get, just like deodorant. Like when was the last time you switched deodorant?
No, I haven't switched deodorant probably 20. I don't know.
Is it just because you're used to it, or like?
Yeah, it's just because I'm used to it. I think it's perfect, and I started using it when I was like first started wearing deodorant because of the commercials. So. Let
me ask: was it Right Guard?
No, Degree, man. They sold me with the body heat activated.
See, I thought you would be a Right Guard because you said commercial, and Right Guard always was a basketball commercial.
Yeah, always. They did. But it wasn't really commercial, just what they said. Like, it was body heat activated. So they sold me on it. It's always worked. I don't care about the little white stuff under my arm because you shouldn't be under my arm. So that is what it is. I don't care about staining my T-shirts. I wear T-shirts every day. So my regular clothes don't get messed up. And yes, it works.
You know what's funny is I currently use Degree, but I'll switch within Degree to like, you know, the sport or the cool or what, but I always get the solids now. I used to get the clears because I hate pit stains. Like, it's one of my things where I'm just like, dude, that's just nasty. But, or like, I don't want people to see the little dingleberries, my armpit dingleberries. So I'm like, you know, but it started to give me a rash. Like the
clears. They started.
It was brutal. I'm like, all right,
man.
I can't do this anymore. So then I switched to the other kind. But my body, I realized like if I use the same deodorant for too long, it's like my body's at war with everything for some reason. So it will fucking. It's like, nope, we're gonna find out a way to counteract that deodorant, and it doesn't work anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, and then I gotta switch deodorant. But isn't it funny? There's a few things where it's just brand loyalty for no good reason. It's like I just started with this thing that I had to use, so now I just stayed with it.
Me and ketchup, that brand loyalty there. I won't switch.
Heinz?
I can't switch. Yeah, you know it. You don't have to guess. I ain't never switching, man. I think it's the high fructose corn syrup that's got me though. I ain't gonna lie. I never knew. Like, I never really was into, like, ingredients and stuff till I got older, and now I know exactly what that stuff is. That's probably what it is. Like, they probably use more than everybody else, but I don't buy it.
Some people it's cigarettes, some people it's meth. For Mike, it's high fructose corn syrup. Can't lay off it.
High fructose, can't.
Have you ever said catsup?
Nope.
Do you want to slap people that say it? Like, motherfuckers.
I think it's weird. I prefer not to put my hands on people, man. People shoot you these days. Like, the world we live in is crazy. But with that being said, like,
I mean, in your head. I don't slap. I slap people around in my head constantly. Like,
why are you so violent, Brendan?
Please. Because it's in my head. It doesn't affect anybody else. I run it through my head like a movie. I giggle to myself. The person that's annoying me thinks that I like them. In my head, I'm kicking the shit out of them. And then we both go about our day happily. What's wrong with that?
Nothing when you put it that way.
All right.
I salute you.
I'm protecting everybody from my craziness by only inflicting it on myself.
That's what's up, man.
So speaking of old school shit. What do you got?
Grape jelly. But go ahead.
Grape jelly. So your Welch's?
You know it. Biggie Smalls, baby.
Yeah, I knew it. Okay, let me see. Is there anything else that you specifically use, like on a regular basis, that is I can try and guess the brand of what it is?
Probably. Yeah, I live with you, bro. Like,
but I never paid attention to your stuff, and you always just kind of used whatever we had in the house, and like, or got your own stuff by yourself. So I don't really.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I mean, all of my stuff is pretty brand loyalty. Like, if I say ranch, you can pretty much guess.
Your Hidden Valley.
Exactly. Yeah, see, it's not like you know me, like, bro. Like, we live together. It's the same thing. Those are pretty much my condiments. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's all the.
Let me see if I can guess your socks. Your expensive socks.
Man, you've been with me to the store. You were with me, weren't you?
I don't care about what kind of socks you're buying. Are they Calvin Klein?
I mean, no. They're a specific brand. They're so Dwayne Wade came out with his own brand of socks a few years back. They're called Stans. And when I was living there, weren't you? It was me, you, and Marquise, right? We went to the store.
I'm sure
when
we
I got the sunglasses. Oh yeah, when I got the sunglasses and I brought my first couple pair, and then I just kept buying them. And this is when I lived there, though.
Well, see, I was more infatuated with sunglasses than socks, Mike. If you buy sunglasses and socks at the same time, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, Mike's rocking some new glasses.
Yeah, man, I had to get glasses for when I was.
It was all pool days, yeah.
Yeah, man, I had to get the stuff y'all had already, man. That's what I had the big argument about boy shirt versus swimming trunks, man.
Isn't that way better? Like, when I go to visit you eventually, I'm gonna have to bring like a parka, all this kind of stuff. Like, I'm going to have to upgrade clothing that way. You get to go like, oh, I got to go California shopping.
Downgrade.
Board shorts, sunscreen, sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Sorry,
socks,
everybody
so
else.
people actually
California is
see
the
your-
shit. Suck a butt.
People actually get to see your socks in California.
Except for your
year-round.
town. That place is cool. I've been there. Wherever you're from.
I'm from Alexandria, man, and I love my place, but they know I love California.
Yeah.
You know,
Next
secret
time we
California.
see each other, we'll have to throw a party.
I'm gonna tell you the greatest thing that everybody here would love, all my friends at least, because we're big sports. Like that would be the greatest part of living in California full time is you can watch sports, football season specifically, and still have the rest of your day if you want it. Like NFL Monday Night Football is over at 9:00 in Cali. Like that is literally you can go out and do whatever you wanted for the night, and everybody's on the same time. So it's like that's the best. That's
Well,
one
the
of
other
beautiful parts
great
of
thing
California.
about it too is like, you know, it's college starts at 9 a.m. So like you get up, you start at 9 a.m. They're bringing back
Yeah.
Saturday noon games on Fox, so they're gonna have a primetime 9 a.m. game every week on Fox, and then it's like you get the first string of games, you get the second string of afternoon games. Then it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You've already had 2 sets of games and 3 sets of games in football.
Exactly.
Then you still have the night set of games that you can go out, eat, do whatever you want, catch the games on screens. And then it's like, we just had a full day. It's Saturday night. You want to party? It's the
Party.
best. It's the best.
Yeah, no, that time difference is literally amazing.
And then Sunday night football, it's like, bro, it's 8 o'clock. We could still clean up, make a list for the week, get ready for tomorrow, and get to bed at a reasonable hour.
And then waking up on Sunday morning and football starting at 10 a.m. instead of having to find something to do until 1. Because who sleeps until 1?
That's
Nobody sleeps until 1.
garbage.
You know what I mean? Like, no one sleeps until 1. I literally can wake up at 10 o'clock, a reasonable time, after partying all night Saturday night, bro.
Yeah.
Wake up at 10 o'clock to football.
Well, and
Yeah,
here's the other
California's
thing
beautiful.
is on the East Coast
Town-wise,
football
it's just
season, it's not like you can go out to the beach, go outside, go to the park and like burn some energy and then come home and chill for football. It's like, hey, you want to go ice skating?
Hey,
Fuck that, dude.
yeah, no.
Although the rest of the country has all of its charm, but I will say for sports and weather, California cannot be beat.
Cannot be beat, man.
Except
The
for
beautiful thing
Hawaii,
about
because
where I
then
live
they
is that-
get the football at 6 in the morning when I'm up anyway.
Oh.
And I'd rather be in Hawaii.
Nah, they got a volcano. I don't know. Y'all got earthquakes, though. So that's probably even. Okay, so Hawaii might win that battle.
For sure, just don't live near a volcano.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many they are. They might be everywhere. You might not be
They're
able to
everywhere, but, you know.
read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I get all the seasons here, which is a beautiful thing. I love visionaries. I love that. So
It's the best, dude. Well, like I said, when you get
We
out
kinda
here, when
went
I go
on,
to
yeah.
you, we'll party it up. But I did have my
My bad, I
youngest
just went on a
had
tangent.
his third birthday over the weekend. We had my family over and the in-laws over just to cut some cake because we weren't even hanging out the house. We're going to a friend's birthday party. But even with that little shit for kids, you know, we had to go to Party City and do a little bit of decorating, whatever, nothing crazy, but dude, so first of all, we go in Party City. There's a person walking around, and I could kind of care less about the mask either way. But this dude was snarling. That's how he breathed. Like at first I was like, is there a fucking pit bull behind me? That's 6'5"? Is somebody carrying it over their heads? Because it was like this. You're like, okay, what was that? Like he was struggling so bad to breathe. Like, bro, breathe through your mouth. Stop trying to go through your nose. Like, understand your issues before you go in public, because it's like alarming how bad this guy was.
oh man, see that would piss me off. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm like, he's just walking around doing his thing, but I'm like, he kind of looked, the look and what he was shopping for matched the sound, if you get what I'm saying. So this guy I didn't want to interact with regardless, but I was just like, are you not aware of anything, your situation right now? Because that is aggressive to be out in public like that. I don't know. that kind of got me going at Party City. And then we're going to like check out whatever, and they have, you know, all the displays of whatever. Bro, there's a whole line of balloons that are tiger, leopard, zebra, disco ball. Like, what kind of skank party are you throwing with these balloons? Because that is not for a child.
What?
I'm like, dude, that is for a fuck party, a bachelorette party. That's that. Yeah. That's.
Don't judge that guy.
Hey,
you don't know what he's doing. You don't know what
trust me. No, it wasn't the guy buying those. I'm just saying they had those on display, and I'm like, who's buying those balloons?
Oh.
This is a completely separate engagement where I was just curious as to who's buying those balloons. Now, granted, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to go to that party. I'm just saying that's an aggressive balloon situation. Don't you think?
Very much so.
Like,
very aggressive.
What are the other decorations that go to that party besides an empty clear bowl full of keys? Like, there are no other decorations. Just lotion, lube, towels, condoms. Like, that's the only thing at that party. Booby tassels, maybe.
You know, somebody might like those type of balloons, bro. You never know.
Yeah, it would be a bachelorette party, right?
Why would it have to be a bachelorette party? Why couldn't it be just some people, you know?
Because you're not going to have an animal party for a children with balloons with sexual overtones. It's just weird. He's leopard. Like, that's weird, bro. Shout out to David.
That's weird.
I don't know. And then I got something. I'm calling my mom out on this one. So then my mom's over. And, you know, I've been working out and really trying to diet, take care of myself. I haven't seen her face to face in a while. And answer me this if this is weird. She was like, Bren, you look really good. You look like a really hot lifeguard. Is that weird to hear from your mom?
Kind of.
That specific?
What does a hot lifeguard look like?
Apparently me.
She might be calling you David Hasselhoff.
Bro, I would switch with the Hasselhoff for like a day. Even with all his craziness. The Hoff.
Hasselhoff.
Bro, just go to Germany for one day as Hoff and live as a king. They love
lock
Hoff.
You up. I'm sure he does something crazy in Germany.
No.
Too.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Dude, he could be the president of Germany if he wanted to.
Really?
He is so incredibly big in Germany. Dude, he has singles. Oh, I can't remember.
I gotta make sure he ain't do nothing crazy there first.
Oh, he's done crazy. He's had like crazy drunken episodes where, you know, he got kicked off of like America's Got Talent or whatever he was on, or like he's been run through it. But guess who doesn't care about crazy indiscretions? Germany.
Is that right?
Oh, we also had, so we did the party, which was great. Ended up going to a friend's birthday, which was awesome. And then we did have to go to the dentist on Monday. We had to go do that whole thing. How do you feel about the dentist?
Hate it.
Really?
It's a necessary evil.
Why do you hate it?
Because it's just painful, bro.
It is?
Yeah.
Like when they shoot you up or just all of it?
When they be all digging in your teeth. Just a cleaning is painful when they be all up in your, just yanking at you.
It can be. Dude, the tech I had, I won't say her name, but she is fantastic. Like, doesn't
you
hurt.
Don't brush your teeth with the same thing that they brush. Like, they send, like, some little thing through you, like... Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, she was... Well, here's the thing. She was doing the thing where it was kind of yanking my head a little bit, where she had the pick, but it didn't hurt. Like, she did a fantastic
No, it's just
job.
uncomfortable, bro.
Yeah, okay, well, you said it hurt. It's uncomfortable. I get that.
Hold my mouth wide open. You know, I'm a man. I don't really like my mouth that wide open. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
Let's get in and out of here and make this,
Dude, so the freaking... So they go in to do the x-rays in the beginning, and the tech that was doing it was having issues with the x-ray thing. So then he gets the handheld one. Have you ever seen the handheld x-ray gun?
No.
It looks straight cartoonish, bro. Like, it looks like a giant, like something Marvin the Martian would have, but instead of at the end coming to a point, it's a big round, like 10-inch circle that looks like it's gonna shoot like x-rays or like the, you know, the circles that wop, 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 wop. So I'm like, okay, this dude's shooting it right at my face. I'm like, okay, this Better be fine. I don't know what's going on here.
Hey, yo, that is crazy.
It was an interesting.
I would not be able to sit. I wouldn't be able to sit there. I would be worried. Like, I'd be like, yo, what are you about to do to me? Like, you about to warp me? Especially after watching Manifest. Like, what are you about to take me to, like, 5 years from now?
Suck my brain out. Look at all my memories. I have a question, too.
It might be reading your mind.
Listen. Instead of mounting the TV on the wall at the dentist's office, which is completely impractical, you only use it for 5 minutes while you're waiting for the tech to come in. Why don't they mount it on the ceiling so that when you're laying back?
Well, I don't know about yours. My dentist's office is for them because they can, like, they pull up the teeth stuff on there. Like, I was literally laying in the chair looking at my teeth and what was wrong with them on that same TV screen. I don't know if your dentist uses the same.
The ones that we have, they have like the computer screen, and then the TV is just to keep you cool, calm, whatever.
Yeah, no, the one on the TV that was on the TV on the wall, they changed it. I guess they, changed the input and were talking.
But they should mount a TV on the ceiling, or at least put like a poster or like a maze or something, like something to distract you instead of staring at lights directly in your face or trying to count the ceiling tiles or whatever weird thing you're doing to distract yourself. Like, put something up there visual, you idiots.
Telling these fools to hurry up with my mouth.
Hurry up and get out of Mike's mouth. It's reserved. Private audiences only. Usually reserved for food.
A lot of food.
But that also just... So getting the dentist out of the way, I'm like, all right, I need to just try and alley-oop this into going to the doctor. Let's try and mash all this stuff out. Because I need an MRI on my shoulder. We talked about this. I just want to ask him to give me like a full-body MRI. So, because I have like my pinky finger I broke at one point, it's numb. Like from the first knuckle up is numb. My pinky toe on my right foot that's still broken, numb. Like my left hip is way out of whack. My shoulder, I'm like, I just want to go in. Let me pay $500 for a deductible or something. Just do a full scan of my body. Or just let me go in the doctor's office. Give me one of those, like, where did they touch you dolls? And I'll just go, show them, it hurts here, it hurts here, it hurts here. Like, let's get this over with.
MRI, I think about that all the time. Or like a full body CAT scan. I definitely be thinking about that too.
Yeah, but they won't do it because you have to pay to come back for each individual thing. It's a racket.
It is a racket, man. They just want to get you for your money. Well, I need to find a doctor that I know personally. Like, man, look, I need a full body just like scan me, man. See if you see anything in there.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's hard to find good ones, but if you do, then that's where you get them for life. You stick with them. But
definitely.
Speaking of rackets, you see Djokovic, Wimbledon?
Oh, yeah.
Tennis fan?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Not so much?
Not very much, but I watched Djokovic. I didn't watch him this time, though. I'm not going to lie. I like to see when he plays Nadal. He usually crushes Federer. He owns Fed.
Yeah, these days
him and Nadal got some good. Yeah, him and Nadal got some good matches, though.
Yeah, Djokovic has always been. I've always liked him, just because he's just a very matter-of-fact dude, but he's kind of happy about it. He's just like always in a halfway decent mood, but okay, I'm here to play tennis, and that's it. I'm like, I like that. I was a fan of Nadal and Federer, but I just like Djokovic's, I'm showing up to work, I'm happy when I win. And you're like, okay.
I'm not really a fair fan. I'm more of a Nadal fan, but I like Joe. I always like the dude who's coming from, but now he's at the top, so I got to find somebody underneath him that I can like to watch come knock him off his throne. I'm more of liking that guy.
Yeah, I think, Nadal and Federer were ruling the roost when Djokovic was kind of poking his head in there every now and again. So I kind of latched onto Djokovic there because he was the young gun out of those, the trio of badasses. So now he's at the top. I'm kind of like, well, he's still my guy. I'm not going to stop rooting for him.
Yeah, I want to see him win. I want to see him go for the record, but I want to see one of these young somebody to come give him some. Yeah,
you want to see the guy that's going to take his spot, him beat him, and then the guy, next time around, passing the torch the whole night.
You gotta earn your spot, man.
Yeah, no, I'm all down with that. Speaking of earning your spots, can you explain the Olympic basketball team to me? What the hell's going up with USA, bro?
Nothing, man. They're not playing minutes. They're just not, bro. Let me promise you, if the USA will not bring back nothing less than gold.
Oh no, I 100% agree with you on that.
It's exhibition basketball, and they're not playing NBA minutes. They have 3 guys that will not be on the team out there playing, and so if they're playing 20 minutes a game, they're probably getting taken advantage of those 20 minutes. I mean, these are Keldon Johnson and Darius Garland. Like, they wouldn't even be, like, they're not even 2 Olympic teams away. Like, honestly, like, they're at least
they're Division 2. They're Division 2.
Yeah, you know, like, they're year 12, if lucky, they might make the team. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't no way. They got taken off the select team because 3 dudes who are in the finals aren't there, and they're not going to play Kevin Durant. Like, it's a 40-minute game, and Kevin Durant's playing 68 minutes. Like, in a real game, if you feel like you need to win, he's playing 24 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of different ball game. Like, so anybody who's worried about the USA, it's just
I wasn't worried about it. I was more interested in the philosophy of it. Like,
no,
are they just kind of like not?
Else.
Oh yeah, sure. But I'm still curious about, like, do you think that it's kind of like, look, we're not fucking going super hard in the beginning. Let's figure out our team chemistry first. Like, let's figure out these passes, and let's figure out, like, where on the floor, you know, like, get comfortable with it first. Because honestly, like, that's my philosophy anytime. Like, if I'm playing my son in ping pong, my 8-year-old, like, I'll play him left-handed, and I'll try trick shots and crap like that. And then when it gets to be, like, 15-15 or somewhere in the range, then I'm like, all right, enough of that. I got to win, you know? But, like, do you think that's maybe some of the philosophy is like, look, man, we're just trying to gel right now. Who gives a fuck about the score? Why is everybody up in arms about this? Like, who gives a shit?
Because they're USA until, like, I read a tweet. He was like, yo, even though it's an exhibition for the USA, this is everybody else still their biggest game. Like, this is the USA. Yeah. So this is still a big game to them to beat the USA. When the USA, this is really an exhibition game. So they're looking at it differently, which is why they're playing differently. Believe me, I wish Nigeria is going to pray to the holy star that they don't got to see USA along this way.
Oh, yeah. They're going to crush them by 40 if they see them.
40. To make a statement. Like, if you all get
like, we can do whatever we want.
40.
Yeah.
And smash when you already doing it, yo. But what was I saying? Who's this other team that team actually could have? I think they would have medaled if Ben Simmons would have played, though.
Australia beat them too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Australia. That's what Ben Simmons would have played at. So if he would have played, I think they would have. I think they would have medaled this year. I think they would have been top 3 if Ben Simmons would have played. But he's taking off because he's too soft to shoot a jump shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, if he gets, dude, I honestly think with Ben Simmons, he's got to either go, like, swap CJ McCollum for Ben Simmons, you know, with what a draft pick or whatever, like we talked about, or send him to, like, Orlando. Send him to.
Oh no, I heard a new trade.
Sacramento.
I think it's as good as the
McCollum trade.
Yeah, Golden State. If he can find a way to go to Golden State, that's a good move for him. That would be a perfect landing spot for him. Beautiful landing spot. It couldn't get any better there. That would be the best land. That would be one better than being next to Dame.
Yeah.
You would literally be with 2 shooters.
2 shooters.
Depending on what they had to give up for you, you could possibly see what else you all had, and then you and Draymond defensively. Oof.
Yeah.
That's a good team.
But they would have to be able to keep Draymond in that situation.
Draymond's already he's already under contract.
No, I know. I'm saying that the people that are giving Ben Simmons away are going to want something. I'd assume it'd be something along the lines of Draymond Green or that caliber.
Yeah. Oh, but they just have Wiseman. I mean, so if someone thinks Wiseman has more potential than younger, because no one really wants to pay. It depends. Like, if they're trading, they're trading for, or they're getting, who did we just say? I forget. Oh, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Then it'd be going to Philly, so Wiseman doesn't do him no good. So Draymond might be a part of the deal, but do they want to pay Draymond $100 million? Like, are you going to ask? But it makes the money work. So yeah, Draymond.
Yeah, that's
Ben
exactly.
Simmons makes $100 million, so Draymond probably going to go. But you think Golden State's going to hesitate? Draymond's older. He plays just as good as defensive Draymond. He was first team this year. Draymond wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Draymond would be on the team if Ben Simmons is. They would have to.
Yeah, he's gone. But They would still have Wiseman, and either depending on who else goes,
I like
Woodbury or Wiggins.
Wiggins sucks, dude. But
Wiggins sucks as someone to lead your team as a third or fourth scorer. He's pretty good. He averages about 20 points in the NBA, and he plays decent defense. If he was your third or fourth scorer, he would actually be the number 2 scorer that year.
Yeah.
One rung too high. Drop him down one more rung, let him get his shots. He's a legit third scorer and a good defender. And Ben Simmons literally could be the fourth. Like, he literally is just there to play his grade A defense and pass the ball to 2 of the greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, and with Ben's passing ability and Clay's quick release, that, Clay, that could put Clay above Steph if Steph's always getting guarded and Clay gets it out quick and Ben can get it to him quick. That's a recipe for disaster.
Just think about that pick and roll with Ben. If you double Steph, he's gonna kick it to Ben, who's got the option of swinging left, right with his passing ability, or he can go
or just shove it down the middle of the paint.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like 6'10", and if you don't double, that's Steph coming off a pick. That would be a lethal team if they could find a way. But does Philly want Draymond? That's the question for $100 million.
So speaking of pick and rolls, is the pick and roll going to dominate the NBA Finals and the Suns are going to win, or is Giannis going to keep dominating the paint and Milwaukee takes it home? What do you think is the prediction for the rest of the finals?
I got Milwaukee. I'm going to stick with mine this year.
How many games?
I want Chris Paul to win. I think they're going to win 4 straight.
Yeah.
So I think Milwaukee is 6. Yeah.
See, I think it'll be Suns in 7.
You think? If it goes to 7, I like the Suns. But I think it'll be 4 straight.
I think it's just going to go home, 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 home. That's it.
No, I think they found their formula. It's out physical them. I don't care where we at on the home, on the road. I think they figured out they're just more physical.
Yeah, it's a matter of if they can remain physical. But here's the thing, is like we say, I kind of make a joke that Giannis only can do a couple of things. He only has 2 moves. But those 2 moves he has are so much better than everybody else. So, you still have to take in the fact that nobody can defend those 2 moves. He would be a much better player if he had, a 18-footer. It
doesn't come to move because he had 2 natural things that you don't have if you're him. Like, there are not many people that are 7 foot with the foot speed and agility. When you're his side, you either have one or the other. You don't often have both, which is why it's hard to match up. So we don't care about. I don't need no moves. If you come out here to this range, I'm just gonna put on the ball on the ground and go past you. Bro, like, I'm gonna dunk it because I can literally be pretty much at the free throw line and reach the rim because I'm so.
Well, that's the thing.
Crazy.
If Milwaukee, if freaking Lopez and Giannis hammer the paint, Ayton has to try and defend one of them. He's gonna get in foul trouble so early again if that's what they try and do, or they're gonna roll Ayton off of him, and then the defense is not gonna be able to stop him. So. You have to force Giannis, Phoenix's hand if that's what you want to do as Milwaukee.
Now, Jay Crowder.
I love Jay Crowder. He reminds me very much of you. He's a no-nonsense guy. He gets his shit handled, and he does it with a smile on his face. I like it. He's one of the dudes in the league that I very much like and admire his style.
I'm a very much fan of his. He can't stay Giannis. I don't care how much of a fan I am. I'm also a realist.
Yeah, so. No. But that's also, again, going to here's the thing. Again, if Milwaukee tries to dominate the physical game, but Phoenix is able to keep the ball moving in transition, hit their pick and rolls, and they're hitting, if they're hitting a couple of threes for every 3 that Milwaukee goes in the paint, if that 4th quarter comes around and Milwaukee is not up or tied or close, they have to adjust their game to play with Phoenix, and they can't do it. So it almost seems like every game in this series is going to be decided by like 12 points, because whatever happens in with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter, it's kind of like, yeah, it's probably going to be how it ends. They'll go back and forth, but that kind of is how it just steadies out.
That's what's up. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, here's the thing.
I think Milwaukee's about to take command.
That would be great for me. I got to bet on Milwaukee to win the whole thing.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember that.
But I also
Get paid, buddy.
I like the people, a lot of the players on the Suns. I mean, CP3.
I want Chris Paul to get one, but I just don't think
Booker. Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. If Giannis whoever doesn't get it this time is not gonna get it.
Get it.
So CP3's turn, or Giannis is getting his, and he can shut up all the haters who are still gonna talk.
He's not even 30, so he's still like, I don't even know how old Giannis is. Still pretty young. He might be like 28, so he can form a super team at some point. Like, he still has years.
Yeah, that's true.
Chris Paul is pretty much old.
Yeah.
You don't get it this year unless you go play with like a super team next year.
Well, that's the thing, is he's going to go Gary Payton or, Ray Allen style and go, look, man, let me just facilitate. I'll tell people where to be. Let me be the floor general. Let everybody else do their thing. Let me get the ball to X or Y, whoever the superstars are. Let me just get this ring. I'll play 24 minutes, let me do my thing. So we'll see. I don't know. But speaking of...
same thing for your guy.
Yeah.
He ain't getting no championships either. He's done.
Conor McGregor looked like a real gem of an asshole after his fight. So, I mean, dude, it was fucking brutal. Did you see his ankle just collapse on him when he went to step back? Dude, that's been happening in UFC. So I don't know if it's because the UFC is showing more fights lately that they didn't used to, or if it's one of those things where, like, it's just happening more often. These freak accidents where people are, like, stepping weird or their legs are, like, I don't know. It's crazy, all these injuries. But then this guy, I love the guy and I support him, but he's talking shit about the other guy's wife in the ring, like, I get it. They were having this spat or whatever. Even if, like, you can forgive him for the heinous shit he said about Poirier's wife and dressing like a hoe and go ahead and DM me, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's over the line for somebody else's wife, right? What about his wife? This motherfucker's like, yeah, honey, go ahead and DM me.
DM me.
Oh, what are you gonna do? You're married, you piece of shit. Like, why are you saying that kind of stuff? Like he just went full piece of shit, like, all in one instance. And it was really like, come on, bro.
He took her from, like, nothing to diamonds every day.
Yeah, which was completely unnecessary. And that's the kind of shit that just, it bothers me when you support somebody and then it's like, dude, I get the trash talking, but the problem is he's still trying to trash talk at a high level, but he's upset. If you're not calm when you're doing promotional trash talking, you're gonna get caught up in it and say the wrong shit. Which is why I don't like when they interview the losers after fights. I think it's dog shit. But I get it. It's Conor McGregor. But still, like...
But they were just so pressed for a soundbite because he was...
Which, by the way, it's still fully his fault for saying that kind of shit. But in general, you're going to talk to somebody...
Said that type of shit. So he was on the ground with a fucking damn near broken ankle. Like, they didn't really need to interview him. They needed to get him on a stretcher and get him out that ring. But he's Conor fucking McGregor.
Yeah.
So they're going to get a soundbite because they know he's going to give you one.
Yeah, exactly. And he did. And it's one of those things where I'm like, man, now you're just at the point where you're not even backing it up. So you can't really talk like that anymore, dude. You can only write checks, you're asking cash, and his mouth is not, or his body is not performing to his mouth. It's like he's dead in a ditch with his fighting, and he kind of still has a name. Like, this fight was not even promoted. Like, hardly at all. And
no, he's still Conor McGregor.
He's still Conor McGregor, but all of the Conor McGregor luster is now starting to fade. And the problem is with athletes, especially, at one point, he was the most famous person in the world. Like, for a brief spell. Do you know how insane of an ego this guy's already got? And he was the most famous person in the world at one point. And beloved by most people. And then now, like, he still has that mentality because that's a mentality you have to have, but he's not performing and he's not adjusting. either. So it's a sad thing to see.
He's done. He takes his money from Mayweather. He messed up his $50 million from. He just messed up his Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul's now about to fight Tyron Woodley because there's no point to fight Conor. So he messed that money up by going out here just getting his kicked again, and he has a broken ankle. So yeah, I wish him the best. He made plenty of money off Mayweather. They sold that fight, even though they both went across the line in the selling of it.
Yep.
They sold it and they made their money, and now he has enough money. As someone who used to be on unemployment and welfare, has enough money to take care of generations. I am happy for that man. It's over though.
Yeah.
Hang it up, buddy.
I'll tell you what. I hate to say it, but if he fights again, I am for sure taking the money line against him.
Yeah, he's gonna get hurt. If
he can still do that for me. He can still get me paid.
Yeah, he's gonna get himself hurt. I don't think, because I honestly don't even think he's in it no more. I think he's the money. I think it's just money at this point. He just wants the money.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to fight like he used to. Like he used to come to fight, bro.
Yeah. So speaking of money,
even though if he lost, he came to fight.
Yeah, 100%.
And I saw your boys got a match coming back. Nick Diaz, I heard he.
Nick Diaz, Nate's brother. Nick Diaz has got a fight coming up in a couple of months, so that'll be exciting, or a month or so. That'll be super exciting. I'll be watching that. That's going to be his first time fighting in the octagon in a while. So that'll be exciting. But getting paid, did you watch the Home Run Derby at all? I know you're a baseball fan.
I definitely watched the whole Home Run Derby. And I definitely watched that guy that I almost put money on win the
Pete
Home
Alonso?
Run Derby. Yes.
Bro.
It came down to him and Soto because I knew Ohtani wasn't going to win. I was like, he's never done this before.
It came down to him and Mancini, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, in the semifinals, you mean?
No, I'm just talking about that's why when
when you were making your bet. No, I'm following
because of the odds. Yeah, because of the odds, I was either going to go with Alonso or Soto. Soto's from DC, so I went Soto.
Oh, gotcha.
And he had plus 800 odds. I think Alonso was better than that. I think he was like plus 13.
Yeah, well, because the thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration when they're betting on the Home Run Derby is if you bet you have better odds. I mean, in my head, this stupid, crazy logic. If somebody's in the Home Run Derby but didn't make the All-Star team, they're only thinking about the Home Run Derby. They are more focused on that, as opposed to the guy that's in the semifinals who's drained from the first round, and he's like, damn, dude, I still got to play tomorrow, while he's trying to swing. While Pete Alonso's going up there going, I'm going to burn this down. I'm giving you every last inch of what I got. And he could have, by the way, probably hit 90 home runs. Like in the semifinal round, he was kind of dicking around and had plenty of extra time, but he didn't have to keep hitting home runs. And then he still had like 40 seconds left or something, because when he went in bonus time in the championship round, he just racked off 7 in a row and is like, I'm done now. It was awesome.
Somebody's going to pay his ass to play first base.
Check this out. He plays third, I think. But check this out.
Really? He's that athletic? He looked kind of big. That's why I said first.
Well, usually third baseman's got to be a little stocky. That's the hot corner, man. You got to have a big, strong body there, or a quick one.
Yeah, but they're usually not that good defensively. That's what Rafael plays. Sorry.
Well, usually you put your hitters that don't have fielding ability at first, and then you put your hitters with slightly better fielding ability at third.
Oh, okay. Who plays first for us? Our first baseman might be pretty good at defense. I think JD plays first, right? No, JD DHs. I actually don't know who plays first.
JD is probably going to be your DH first base and like a right fielder occasionally.
Right fielder, yeah. Those are three. But I want to say who? No, Kiko plays second. Bogey at short. Who plays first? Waller's not there. Mitch isn't there anymore. That's crazy. I don't know who plays first base for my team.
The Red Sox don't have a first baseman. That's too bad.
They do. He's probably
so check this out, though. Pete Alonso wins $1 million for the Home Run Derby. Guess how
he gets paid to play?
He gets $675,000 to play every single day, or 162 times for the Mets. That's bananas, bro.
That's the BS way And the thing about it is, you want to know how messed up, how even more messed up that is?
Ohtani's paycheck?
Yes. Or all the people who come from other countries that get all this money from baseball on their first contract, but the actual Americans have to play for pennies. Like, does that make sense to anyone? Maybe I missed it. Maybe it's just me, but that doesn't make sense to me.
I think that I'm making this up, but there may be a loophole whereas you have to have, because there's a professional veterans contract, blah, 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 veterans minimum or whatever, or you can't be released from your rookie contract. What is it, 3 years in the MLB? I'm talking in circles. 3 or 4 years in the MLB until you can. Is it six? I thought it was 3
You have to do 6 years of service, bro.
I thought it was 3 or 4 until you can get a contract increase, and then 6 is when you. 6 was, there was like a 2-parter to it. Anyway, I think that the other countries, their professional leagues count as years of service. And in other countries, you can start playing professional ball when you're ready. So if you're like a 17-year-old phenom, you're playing professional ball in Japan. You know, like Ichiro played like 8 seasons.
Even Ohtani, Soto's first one was 1.5, and he's from Dominican. And he was getting offered more than that, but the only reason why he stayed with the Nats in the 1.5, they offered him because he's a man of his word, and he already had told them yes.
Gotcha.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
maybe that's the loophole for the MLB.
This dude, it is, but as soon as the collective bargaining comes up, they're going over. Because it's people like Aaron Judge. You know, Mookie, after his 5th year service, went from making $600,000 to $20 million due to arbitration because he had won an MVP and we had won the World Series, and the arbitration says he deserved that much.
Yeah,
but he had to go fight for that money.
Right. That's what I was thinking of. Is after 3 or 4 years, then you can go to arbitration.
Yeah,
that's
you go
what
to arbitration. You
of.
go to arbitration. So, and you get like 2 years of that. So I think after 4 years, you can go to arbitration. Yeah, and so Judge is about to go to arbitration and start trying to get paid. But like,
yeah, because Lincecum had to do that.
He got an MVP. Like, he was like pretty much the MVP one year. He didn't win it though. He came in second, but like he's making pennies.
Well, that's what Lincecum had to do. He won the Cy Young Award and made less than like $1 million and had to go to arbitration to get 3. Like
like Mookie had the largest arbitration. Him and I want to say what's your guy's name that's at the Padres now? Machado.
Machado.
Yeah, I think they got two of the largest arbitrations ever.
I mean, well deserved. But Ohtani is like, he's only making 3 this year. He makes 5 next year. Ohtani's the man, dude. He's, by the way, competes in the home run derby. Starting pitcher, which they put the best pitcher for the National League.
Stop.
Which they did not put for the American League. They did for the National League. They did not put the best pitcher for the American League. But they gave him the nod as a starting pitcher, which I think was the right move.
Because he's Ohtani. Because they're trying to make him the face of baseball, and I do agree, even though it's going to sound racist. He doesn't know English. It's hard to make him the face of baseball. So you
agree with Stephen A.?
Yes, I agree with Stephen A. He can't be the face of baseball, bro. He doesn't know English.
Why does that matter?
Because how are you going to promote someone who doesn't know the language? People don't understand him. You can't promote someone that he can't talk to us.
Okay.
He can't do a commercial.
Okay. Yes, he can. He can absolutely do a commercial. It may not be funny.
What is he going to do in the commercial? What is he going to say to us? If you make Ohtani a shoe right now, what is he going to say in the commercial to sell it to the people?
Okay,
because he doesn't know the language.
Okay, I will give you the perfect Ohtani shoe commercial right now. So you have Ohtani going in some shoes or some cleats, and he's like, he keeps getting the Japanistan animation, like the cartoon cloud with like the and then he finally gets into his shoe, and then something like, oh, that's right. Or something. All you got to do is 2 words there. And that's super racist, but it's in the same lane. I'm trying to see where you're landing.
It's not racist at all. It's just facts. You have to be able to sell.
No, you don't.
You have to be able to sell yourself to be
Yes, you
marketable
do.
and to be the face of something.
Why can't he just do it
Kevin
by
Durant
on the
is
field?
really good at basketball. He's not the face of the NBA.
Correct.
He can't be the face because LeBron sells himself better.
Okay, so when LeBron,
and Kevin Durant doesn't want to sell himself. He loves just playing basketball. He's not there to sell himself. He wants to just play basketball.
Okay, so listen, Jordan wasn't a talker. He was the face of the NBA.
What? Have you seen a Jordan commercial?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I've seen the Jordan commercials, but he was the face of the NBA.
Yes, because they sold him to us. They sold him to us. They presented us to Jordan. They pushed Jordan.
So if they put Ohtani in clever commercials that make you chuckle and make you buy right guard instead of degree.
You know what made Jordan so? Because you can walk up to Jordan and he'll sign an autograph. You run up to Ohtani, he don't even know what you're saying, bro. He can't even say I'm not even trying to be like this is not trying to be wrong or funny. It's hard to ever send somebody to American people and he doesn't know the language. Yao Ming was good. You know why? Because the number one thing Yao Ming learned when he got here, yes, he had an interpreter for something, but Yao Ming could speak English. You can put a mic to Yao Ming's mouth and he could talk to you. It might not be great. It might be broken, but he was going to talk to you because he put it on himself to learn English before he got here. He made sure he knew something. He could talk to you when he got here because he knew why? He was going to be the number one marketed person in the world. He knew he had to be able to say something to us. Oh, he didn't even take it upon himself to even learn nothing. He like, I don't care about your language. Like,
okay, what about Tom Brady, who did not do commercials for the first decade of his career, also didn't do pressers?
He was never. Tom Brady has more recently become the face of the NFL. He was never the face of the NFL.
I get it.
He wasn't even putting up like monster numbers or anything.
Hang tight with me here, because guess what? The MLB also tried to make Shohei Ohtani's teammate the face of MLB, but Mike Trout doesn't do anything that they want.
Which is why he's not the face of the NBA. They just put him on commercials.
But I'm saying the same argument can be made for Mike Trout. He doesn't talk. He speaks the language, but he's not the face of the MLB, even though MLB has tried to push him as the face.
I didn't say that was the. So you're just giving more reasons why Mike Trout can't be. That's just a different reason why Mike Trout can't be the face. That's
100%.
But this is the reason why Ohtani can't be the face. This doesn't affect Mike Trout. I think he should. I think he should take it upon himself to learn the language so he can be the face. It doesn't have to happen this year. They're trying to force it.
Correct. I agree with that sentiment.
Naturally.
I agree with that.
Let it happen naturally because he needs to somewhat learn the language, but he's going to be the face of MLB in 3 or 4 years because he pitches and hits at a very high level.
Well, here's the thing.
If I was him, after 3 years, I would go to the National League.
Yeah, and just pitch. DH when you feel like it.
I would pitch. I would hit on my days. I would be able to hit, and I would just pitch.
Or not DH, but yeah.
Because otherwise,
pinch hit.
And you can come off the bench and pitch hit on the days, you know what I'm saying, your arm's good. And otherwise, because no one's ever going to pay you your real worth pitching every 5th day and hitting every other day when you're not pitching. Like, how much do you really go in there and ask for when Mookie's getting paid $340 million to just hit and Kershaw's getting paid $300 million to just pitch? So what did I go in there as his agent and be like, well, look, that's the best contract for a hitter. That's the best contract for a pitcher. I led the league in hitting, and I had an under 3 ERA. So I might not deserve Kershaw, but who's a little bit under Kershaw? I deserve their contract and Mookie. Like, you can't go through that. So if they're not going to pay me for both, I'm only doing one, bro. Like, that's it.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing is the later he gets in his career, there's going to be a team that tries to stifle him and says you can only pitch or you can only hit. And that's the reason why he signed with the Angels was because they said, while you're an Angel, in his contract, you can hit 3 or 4 days a week and then pitch on your day, like whatever it is. Based on your performance, you can absolutely play every day if you want. And so that's why he went there. Who's going to
say something about 32 homers? If he maintains an under 3 ERA, you can't not pitch him. But if they were smart, you would put him in the bullpen. You wouldn't pitch him for multiple innings. You wouldn't pitch him every 5 days. You'd be like, yo, can you go today and hit? Because I might need to pull. I don't know how the rules work, though. I don't know exactly how that works. If he's hitting and it can be pitched, like I don't know the exact rules in the American League, but
yeah, it would be they would have to just do a double position change. So like if he was a middle reliever, so let's say he's playing the outfield, which he currently plays, And then in the 5th inning, they need a middle reliever. He goes to pitcher, and somebody else goes to outfield. So when they're moving him back out to bring the other pitcher in, whoever they put in the outfield, they take them back out, or somebody else, and they put the next pitcher in. Then he just goes back to the outfield. I don't think it's one of those things where once you go to the pitcher's mound, you cannot go back in the field. It's just
okay.
It's just nobody does that because that's fucking weird.
Yeah,
for the most
man.
part. But we'll wrap this whole Ohtani thing up with one little thing, just on how bad the Angels fucking suck.
They got 2 of the best players in the world.
They have 2 of the top 5 players in the world in baseball. Not only that, one of them is taking up 2 roster spots. He's literally freeing up a new roster spot, and you still suck. You basically have an extra player. You have 26 players on your team, and you still fucking suck.
And so you know what they did? They went out and drafted 20 pitchers and like, yo, one of you got to hit because we can't find pitching for shit. And the thing is, Angels have money because they're paying him. They're paying Mike Trout the richest contract in Major League Baseball. So you have some money somewhere. Instead of trying to find one in the farm system, how about you go do what everybody else in baseball do and buy a top-of-the-line starter? Whoever is the top-of-the-line starter that comes out in free agency this year, the Angels should be making him the top offer because they need pitching.
And they got rid of Pujols.
They need pitching. Exactly. They need pitching more than anybody in the league because you have the middle of your lineup is sold up. You can put me around them.
And by the way,
I'm going to get hittable pitches.
And just for the record, the guy that replaced Albert Pujols, Walsh, is an all-star. He made the all-star team. So that win above replacement thing that we were talking about, this guy's killing it. So they have 3 killers on their team right now. Yeah. And they're all under 30. How do you guys suck so bad?
Because
well, I mean, I get it. We talked about the pitching. Oh. I mean, at this point, they should fucking revive Satchel Paige and bring him back. Jeez, they could take.
I'm telling you now, I would be this offseason because we're not gonna make the playoff this year. This offseason, whoever the top pitchers are, based on my people who know pitching, we're giving them like you got to come because there's no way we're gonna keep losing, paying all this money to these dudes. And Ohtani ain't gonna take this losing. We only got him for 3 years, and if we keep losing, he's gonna be somewhere. He's probably gonna go to the Yankees anyway. Let's just be honest. That's all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a Yankee at some point in his career.
And pinstripes, famous, all the glitz and glamour, and money.
All the money. All of the money.
Or Dodger.
He's going to get a Patrick Mahomes contract.
Yeah, he's going to get some ridiculous. When his money is up, if he's still healthy, he's going to get some ridiculous amount of money. Like,
and well-deserved.
He's going to outdo Mike Trout. Yeah. When you're playing 2 positions and you're pitching 3 ERA, and hitting 32 homers, you deserve everything you go in there and ask for. Because you're leading the league in homers, bro.
There you go, bro.
While pitching every 5th day.
So outside of sports,
bad to say about him.
What are you watching?
I watched the Kevin Hart Father at the Hood thing. That was kind of whack.
Yeah, it didn't look great. So I decided to skip that one. Mm-hmm. You still watching Manifest? You're into that? It sounds like you're into that.
Yeah, I'm into that. Finishing that up, and then I just finished Blacklist.
Binger.
I don't like how it ended.
Is that the series finale?
I don't know. I hope not.
Oh.
I don't like how the season ended.
All right. I've been watching Lupin still. I fell asleep the last half hour of the last episode, so I still have to finish it. But it's dynamite, bro. It is dynamite. Such a good show. Highly recommended. Also, when we were at the doctor's doctor's office. I don't remember. There was Tom and Jerry on, and I realized Tom and Jerry, by the way, they are the kings of physical comedy. Like they've been doing it for so long.
Tom and Jerry. Yeah. I mean, it's not new though, bro. Like they're just showing reruns. They ain't still doing it.
You are incorrect. There are new Tom and Jerry's coming out. They just had a Tom and Jerry movie.
That's just. What do you mean just? That movie came out like maybe 5 years ago. Bro.
No, they make more than one, I think. Or they brought back a show or something. There's some new Tom and Jerry something. But there's also, yes, all the old ones, which is my point. They were like some of the original television physical comedy actors. Good on them. I love Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry was okay, but I like Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam is always good.
That's my guy. Therefore, shh, be very, very quiet.
That's Elmer Fudd.
Oh, my bad. Then that's
Yosemite Sam is the guy on the back of Mud Flaps.
Man, no, I am a Fudd. My bad. I mixed him up. Look at that, man. Look how old I am. I forget my cartoon.
Oh, that's okay. The other thing we've been watching is Loki. Loki is the shit, dude. That show
Loki?
on Disney Plus, yeah, Loki. That show is the shit. It's like because Loki is this superhero, whatever, like anti-superhero that is the most selfish person in the universe that will double cross absolutely anybody, including his family, and be like, "Yep, well, sorry, it was their turn to go." But it's like so, his mentality is based off of constant double crosses. So trying to like latch on to, okay, is this a fake out? Is this not a fake out? And in the show, spoiler alert, there's a bunch of Lokis. So they're all trying to double cross each other. So you're like, it's very, very interesting, the dynamic of the character interactions and things of that nature. So I highly recommend it. I don't even like that superhero shit. Awesome movie for the characters, or show for the characters. And the season finale came out today, I think. So I also had a quick question for you. I know we're running long, but we're running along because it's been fine. So, have you ever watched like a movie or TV show like straight back to back, like or on repeat? Like you watch a movie and then that's the next thing you watch is the same movie?
No, I could never.
Never?
No. I've been watch shows, but I can never watch the same thing over again.
There wasn't a movie that you were like, fuck, that was good. All right, I'm watching that. Like, that's the next thing I'm watching.
Never.
Not even Fight Club?
No. Lucky number 7 was close, though.
That's, you just warmed somebody's heart.
What?
Well, dude, like, The Dark Knight, when that came out, I was watching.
Time out. You have a problem with Lucky number 7?
No, I don't at all. I just know somebody who is one of their favorite movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That person is my friend.
Oh, well, of course. But, like, The Dark Knight, I threw that on. Like, I could just watch it on repeat. I could watch it on repeat probably now. I could watch it 2 or 3 times in a row. It's such a good movie. And then
Lucky number 7 I can watch over again because you miss stuff, man.
Correct.
Yeah. You don't miss nothing in The Dark Knight. It's pretty straightforward movie.
It's just awesome. But like, well, that's why I brought up like Fight Club. Like as soon as I was done watching Fight Club, I'm like, all right, I gotta rewatch this thing. I wasn't like ready to do it right away, but you know, or like Memento, the stupid fucking movies like that. But like Cruel Intentions back in the day when that came out, one of my best friends was obsessed with that movie. Like legit, when during summer in like middle school, that was on in his house, the DVD just on repeat. No matter what we were doing, that was on repeat.
In high school, I watched this movie called Trippin' every day, but it wasn't like back to back.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. Well, like, it goes even all the way down to like songs. Like I'll listen to a song on repeat, 10 times in a row.
I could do that. I could listen to a song on repeat.
And then, obviously an extreme version of that would be a movie or even a television show.
Yeah, I need to go to the next one.
Yeah, you're just constantly on the move, Mike. I like that about you. Well,
Stay still, man.
Speaking of being on the move, it's nice and summery. So this week's Spotify playlist is going to be Surfing US 80s. So we're going to do some beach jams along with some 80s hits. Just to mix it up, have some fun. Summertime fun.
There you go.
There we go. And the knowledge drop that we'll leave with you guys this week is, instead of looking at people as how they're going to affect you, think about instead what they're capable of. And also assume that everybody else in the world is viewing you the same way. Get after it.
There you go, Brendo. At least you're not talking about like toilet paper this week.
And speaking of toilet paper.
What you're gonna do with the toilet paper roll when you go to jail?
Oh, I was more going to say you could use the cardboard for a nice little kazoo, but way to take it to Toilet Town, Mike. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Black Irish Pod. You can follow Mike at Black Irish 213. Follow me at Brendallis7. Come check us out every Thursday. We'll be here for you. On that note, take it easy. Love y'all.